What is up, folks? I'm Alex Story with Skill Mammoth Digital, and today is episode 31 of me building my digital marketing agency in public. This series really is an accountability exercise for me, so I'm focused on the questions I need to, and I'm forced to reckon with the stats and the daily activity that I'm doing to make sure that I'm hitting my North Star, the progress I'm trying to get. For you as the viewer, you get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly of me building my agency, learn from my mistakes, but hopefully celebrate my wins as we get up and go. As a quick kind of reminder, my agency, Skill Mammoth Digital, we build websites and automation and SEO and marketing and whatnot for folks specifically in the trades and kind of like the roofing HVAC section. So that's what we do. Every single day I ask and answer these 4 questions. Revenue, sales, fulfillment, and strategy. So how much money did I make? What am I doing to get more of it? What am I doing to keep it? And what am I doing to fix my business? So I answer those questions every single day. So for the scoreboard, in the last 30 days, I've made $34,146. So no new sales as of today, other than recurring revenue. And my MRR, this is the lowest I'll go unless I churn, is $12,889. That's the number that I'm going to keep on growing. My goal is 18K by November 1st in recurring revenue. And on average, I get around, 20K a month. With my estimates, I should be around 23K for the month of August in income, just based on, forecasting of what's currently in my pipeline. But that's fine for now. MRR is the name of the game. So for sales, so what I did today is a lot of inputs. Today is day 1 of me doing that kind of 6 hours of dedicated sales motion every single day. Today was even more. I worked 16 hours today and counting, and I'm aiming for 14 hours on average a day, including both fulfillment and sales. So what I did today was cold email. I sent 516, sent with 3 positive replies. I sent 10 Loom in-mails, so longer videos. I need to cut that down. I probably spent like 2 hours just on those Loom in-mails. I did 25 LinkedIn connection requests, 5 messages. I did 1 cold call, and it was not really a call. I just replied to one of the positive folks. And that was really, really cool. So this client, he all but bought it on the phone. He asked me to, kind of send him more information because he was, busy at like an event or whatever. But, he was like asking me so many questions about it. The last person he paid, was over $1,000 a month. I didn't get anything out of it. So, I'm quoting him $929 a month for the full website build and then the ongoing SEO work. So, yeah, I think that's super compelling. And he literally said on the call, like, dude, you're the first marketer that I've talked to in a long time that that sounds like he knows what he's talking about. So that's pretty dope. So yeah, I'm guessing like 90% that he's going to book, so I'm going to follow up with him. I'm going to keep on going for that because that could be a huge bump in my monthly recurring revenue. The campaign so far, I'm at 1.6% reply rate, 25% positive, 6% book rate. Really, I just need to get that book rate higher, and I'm continuing to follow up more with the positive replies that I'm getting. Sending's under target too, I noticed. So I sent, like I said, 516 today, but I should be doing around 940 a day. So I'm wondering if like my sending window's not wide enough. So I'll take a look at that with more detail. On the fulfillment side of things, so what am I doing to keep the money that people are already paying me? I had 8 tasks done today, so crushing it on tasks. Even did a press article for one of my clients, which is pretty good. So I'm excited about that. And there's 4 tasks left on my entire task list, which is great. So strategy. So I changed the whole day today. So, sprint day was, 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. So 16 hours. So my daughter was at her grandma's house today. So I just kept going and got a ton done. And the next unlock is getting work off my plate. So I had an hour-long meeting with my part-time contractor here today. And in the past, she's just kind of done website revisions, when she's had time. And so, I had a longer conversation, like, hey, you know what, can we get some more dedicated time to do these like fulfillment tasks? Cause like, and kind of level her up. So, there's a lot of steps that she doesn't do right now. So right now, basically I bring her in when a client has revisions, she does those. But there's a lot of other steps that I want her help with, right? So like first the initial build, right? So we usually design 3 mock-ups websites. The client picks the one they like the best, or like a blend of the ones that they like. Then we do the full draft of all the 30 plus pages. Then that's when they do the revision. So I want her to do that part. I want her to set up the automations, and it's not hard, right? A lot of clients get the same exact automations. It's really just a productized step-by-step thing to do. Setting up the Google business profile, which is separate from the website, but it does a lot, especially for local service businesses for their search traffic. So just setting that up, optimizing it, making sure she's setting up all the automations for that. And then, writing and scheduling blogs for my higher tier clients, and the Google business profile posts, and all that kind of stuff. So these are all things that I've systemized already. I just need to get them in a language that someone else can understand. And I might need to get her like a Claude Pro subscription, because I have a lot of skills built for this. Or get like a Teams plan and set up like the Claude routines and whatnot for her. But yeah, if I can do this successfully, I could probably free up 80% of my fulfillment work, which would be fantastic, because that gives me more time to, one, focus on super custom stuff for fulfillment that only I can do, and two, focus more on the sales motion, right? Getting more booked meetings, following up on those like reactivation folks that I have just sitting in my pipeline, and just getting more booked meetings, right? But yeah, that's my goal, to go all in on sales. Now my concern is she is a part-time contractor, so it might not be forever, but I'm going to build out some SOPs and looms for all of these different steps. The nice thing is like, even if she like ghosts me, and gets a different job or a full-time job, I can reach out to nearshore or offshore help, and then boom, they've already got productized step-by-step things to do those fulfillment jobs. But yeah, that gives me time to go all in on the sales motion. All right. So my question for those of you, watching this, if you scaled an agency to this point, how do you upskill people even on like productized work? So like the quality holds, right? So that's kind of my question. I feel like I suffer a little bit from the curse of knowledge, where things seem so simple to me that sometimes I'm bad at explaining them to other folks. I'm like, oh yeah, just do this. So how do you make sure that you actually can communicate to folks that just need to be upskilled, right? Even if it is productized and it's just step by step, like how do you do it so you get consistent good work? Anyway, thanks for watching. Comment. Bye for now.